have sold more than 130 million albums and performed for more than 35 million fans worldwide. Bon Jovi, their rock royalty, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well as the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Now they're taking fans inside their 40-year career with a new 4-part all-access documentary series, Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story. And our showbiz correspondent, who else? Steve Hargrave caught up with the frontman, Jon Bon Jovi himself. Steve, this series, firstly, isn't just a puff piece. I mean, it's got setbacks, disappointments, even Jon's recent health scare. But how cool is he?
Yeah, absolutely right, Eddie. We're quite used to seeing these sort of things, and you're right, they can be puff pieces, but it really is brutally honest. You get a chance to kind of lay your hands on, I guess, Jon Bon Jovi in this series. The last few years, he faced losing his voice, actually, and the cameras happened to be there to follow it. But luckily, he took some good medicine, and he kept the faith in time to catch up with us, especially on Sunrise, to chat about the series.
With a new album and this, a blockbuster 4-part documentary series called Thank You, Good Night.
Some of the songs I wrote in my bedroom in New Jersey. I remember the day we wrote Living on a Prayer, not thinking much of the song.
So that's the best song we've written to date. John's choruses demand to be sung by 20,000 people in an arena.
It's both a brilliant trip down memory lane and a look at how they've kept the faith during some tricky recent years. And we got to find out more with the man, the legend, the hair, Mr. Jon Bon Jovi himself. Well, good morning, Jon. Welcome to Sunrise.
I was trying to think after 40 years how I could come up with a new way to introduce you. I was just going to say, here's the man responsible for so many ill-advised moments during karaoke when everyone thinks they can make that key change in Living on a Prayer. My biggest regrets is that key change.
A high C. Men shouldn't have to hit high Cs. At 25, I was like, bravo.
Phil, Jon, looking back, I mean, the 80s was a special moment. Obviously, fashion was very much of the time. But I watched this and it makes me feel slightly a bit older. But is it a bit like wading through your kind of baby photos, your childhood photos?
A little bit. And I guess you're not supposed to see your life flash before you until that magic moment where you take off for another plane, right? But in this case, I got to see my life flash
back, at the 40 years. And Jon was very eager to tell the truth. And his willingness to share that, I think, did add a dimension to the story.
I've had no issues with ever being open and honest. I've never been hiding behind anything. In fact, I've grown up in public. And there have been many a man that have come along for the ride with me. Every one of them contributing greatly to where we are today, which is still a work in progress.
Yeah, we're all a work in progress, aren't we? But you're a work in progress with fabulous hair, as always, like you say. So you win, you win.
Still got it.
And you're nursing those vocal cords back to full strength, aren't you?
Yeah, but to be clear, Steve, I can sing now. My bar, as we say, is I need to do 2.5 hours a night, 4 nights a week.
Jon does sound in fine form on the band's latest single, Legendary. It's the first taste of their new album, Bon Jovi Forever. And all things going well, he hopes he can carry on wowing us for years to come. Just like his heroes, the Rolling Stones, who are still going strong in their 80s.
Mick Jagger is the bar. He is the bar of greatness. Because I got to tell you what, that son of a bitch Jagger's got 20 years on me. How am I going to do this for 20 more years?
Well, if you need someone to come in for that key change on Living on a Prayer, just pick up the phone, all right?
Dude, I bet somebody has no problem with the C.
I've been practicing. I've got some very tight pants on, all right?
Gosh, what amazing music. He's been married to his wife for 35 years. 3 of their kids are getting married this year, and he's written a song for his daughter called Kiss the Bride. That's the latest album. She hasn't heard it, but he's going to perform it at the wedding. How amazing will that moment be?